What's up, Trader's Edge? It's Mark Sebastian, your only option. Today we're going to talk about what happened with markets. We're going to review Apple, Exxon, Chevron earnings. We're definitely going to be talking about precious metals. We'll look at the VIX, energy, the other metals, and of course I'm going to give you that one stock to watch. So with that, let's dig in. So it was a bit of a mess on Friday. On the week, the S&P actually did close up. We closed last week 69.15, closed this week 69.39. This is despite some very crazy action on Thursday and Friday. On Thursday, we opened up, dropped to down over 200 to only end the day down 9. We had basically a 225 point range. Absolutely insane. On Friday, more of the same. While we didn't move as much, we still moved. We got down as much, as down to below 6,900. We had a high of about 69.60, so a nice 70, 80 point range. Markets only closed down about 29 points. So yet again, lots of movement, but really not a big result out of it. But really, like often happens, the Fed was the top. So far, just a lot of crazy action. On the week, earnings so far were good, but not good enough. You look at Microsoft, absolutely in the toilet. The earnings out of Apple, despite having a great earnings, barely anything. And Tesla did end the week higher, but had kind of an ugly Thursday. It ended the week lower, had an ugly Thursday. I do like the stock to potentially rally next week. I'll circle back to that. On Friday, we got ExxonMobil and CVX. Both popped. I think CVX is one of the more interesting plays for 2026. I think we wait Monday, let this come back, and then set up some sort of trade. But Bolt Energy is having a moment right now. All right, now let's talk the elephant in the room. That's gold and silver. Gold got absolutely annihilated on Friday. You got the hint on Thursday with this crazy, massive downswing only to rally and end up on the day. That did not happen on Friday. We actually pierced the 21-day moving average before closing down 51 points. That was at one point down over 60. Silver had it worse than gold. Silver had been more parabolic over the last few weeks and absolutely took it on the chin. It was down 28% on Friday. That is just unbelievable. Now, we did take advantage of this. When you see this happening on a parabolic move, you get a big downdrift, but it gets bought. You'll notice the same thing on the GLD screen. That is your tell. Big down sell gets bought. That is your tell that the parabolic move is losing its legs. Now with gold and silver, and this was my stock to watch on Monday. Gold and silver, as bad as they had it, the miners had it worse. GDX closed the day down 13%. SIL closed the day down 15%. When gold and silver get sick, the miners get absolutely clobbered. And we continue to see that. Now, my guess is Monday we come in, there's a dead cat bounce. But after that dead cat bounce, that is going to be the chance to enter. And there is a specific trade that I really like that I'm going to be going through next week. But needless to say, I do not think the story is over yet for silver and gold. Both up and down. All right, now, VIX had an up week, really tried to explode higher and failed. And VIX futures actually closed flattish on the day. VXX was up, 1%. SVIX down a little less than 1%. No big deal. So markets, though, are kind of waking up a little bit. There appears to be some real fear there. Oil and energy, oil continues to look strong. USO is threatening 80 for the first time in, going back to August. So energy is also having a moment. Now, if you're saying to yourself, well, gold and silver got clobbered, what happened to the other metals? Well, gold and silver are a byproduct of copper and aluminum mining and vice versa. So we saw FCX get crushed. And we saw Alcoa also get pulverized. There is some real weakness there. However, I think there's a better buying opportunity in these names than there is in silver and gold, as especially copper is needed for all of this AI buildup. FCX did touch the 21-day moving average, first time since December. Again, think there's a little bit more to play out here, but these names are starting to look interesting. So what is that one stock that I want you watching this week? Silj. S-I-L-J. This is the junior silver miners. Again, Monday, I'm looking for a dead cat bounce, but then I think there's an opportunity to short these in a smart way, something I'm going to be discussing next week in our paid rooms. You're definitely going to want to be a part of it. And if you're not a part of it, what is stopping you? My weekly wiretap, in on Monday, out by Friday this week. We were in on Monday in SMR. I'm going to go to the 1 month so you can see what we did here. We got in on Monday in SMR. Sold it out on Wednesday when it was exploding higher. And we got to kick back and relax as it sold off the rest of the week. You can click the link in this email to join. And if you're watching me on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Leave a question or a comment or, heck, a stock request, and I will answer you. All right, everybody. I hope you have a great and wonderful weekend. I'm Mark Sebastian. I am your only option. Go Nova.